Hello and welcome. You have found yourself back in the living room. This is the Living Room Guitarist. My name's Dan, I'm your host, and we have a guest this week. This is John. He's going to be joining us.
Hi all.
Appreciate you coming in. If this is your first time, thank you so much. If you've been with us before, welcome back. We're having a lot of fun here and hopefully invigorating our passion to play this instrument here. This is all about just our own creativity and inspiration and, taking those guitars out if they've been collecting dust in the closet or something and just reigniting why we play this instrument. Again, we're not for-profit players. I don't care how good you are or what your level of experience is. You can do this. You're creative. Don't give me that look. You are creative and you can play. So let's get on our guitars and play together. And I will tell you that this episode is kind of special, actually, because John, you saw episode 11A.
That's right.
Which was basically, it was the first of a three-part episode because I had this big long tune that I didn't know what to do with. I'd been playing it for years. So I was asking for help, and that's the essence of this show, right? We present our kind of raw material for a song or little ideas and riffs and progressions and seeing what our fellow living roomers can do with it. So John took what he heard and he took some really creative license with it and really made it into something kind of special. I became an instant fan.
Well, thank you.
As soon as I heard you do this. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been playing and what inspires you and all that. What kind of music do you like?
I've been playing a little over 40 years now. I started when I was 12. Was always afraid to become a pro. I like to eat. So anyway, I've been doing it on the side for years and years. I've been in several bands. Currently, we play in an original band. I'm one of two guitar players in there. I'm not necessarily a songwriter, but what I like to do is be able to take what our writer has come up with and just sort of embellish, and that's kind of what we do as a band, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
We get a chance to gig every now and then, too.
Cool.
So.
And, even pros have their living room material, maybe stuff that they don't share with their band because they don't feel it fits with what they're doing. They have their little side projects or just want to flesh out some things. And so, even pros are welcome here in the living room because it's a safe environment. No one's going to judge you for your skill level, and no one cares if you can burn up the fretboard or not. If you can, good on you. But it doesn't really matter. We're just liking the instrument and enjoying playing, inspiring each other, playing off each other, sharing ideas, and just learning the fretboard, becoming more skilled and better just for the joy of playing. So, John, I'm going to let you do this. If you saw it again, I encourage you to go back and see episode 11A in the kind of intro to this song that I had, or a potential song. And I'm going to let you play it through it once. And then you can kind of talk us through it and teach us a little bit so we can develop it.
Okay. Hope I can remember it, Dan. Okay.
We'll see what happens. But I think from what I heard in the initial video he sent me, I thought it was gorgeous, and I just had to have him in here on the show. So I'm just going to shut up and let you play.
All right, sure, thanks. I'm going to do this finger style on the acoustic, basically. But anyway, here we go. And I'm going to try and remember it as we go along. I may stutter, I may do a brief pause. Let's just do it. Let's see what we get. I like twos. Play everything twice instead of three or one.
Who likes common?
Just went from C to G. Do a F. Back to C. Kind of near the top, but a little change. kind of an A major-ish. Walk it up to a B, same. This could be maybe a bridge. Kind of near the back at the top.
I know you're thinking the same thing I am. Gorgeous tune, right?
You wrote it.
Well, I wrote the first part. You started with what I had done, and then again, you took some really good liberties with it and put your own spin on it, and it became something really special. What I'm really hoping is that someone with lyrical ability gets a hold of this and thinks, all right, now that this part can lend itself to some lyric writing, does that spark your imagination for lyric writing? If you saw episode 11A, you know the story behind the song. And so you can maybe, if you feel so inspired, please write lyrics or take this and continue it with what I did in episode 11B or 11C. And let's see what happens, because it's really cool to develop this. So you started out with the original riff that I played down here. Can't even imagine what. And you changed the picking pattern just a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
Just to make it more fingerstyle, but it's a lot of fun there. And then you took it when you went to, instead of doing my little strumming originally, it was sort of a.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
And then you took it in a different direction, so talk us through that.
Okay, so great point right there. So we were kind of on an A minor of sorts in this area. Just walking this up. So when we rest on there and we went to the major part, it seemed like a different movement or too much of a change for me. And what I did was just went from A, well, let's say out of those chords that you did A, C, G, D, okay, let's try the C. Little pause. So we just went from A minor to C basically to start the major chords, right?
Okay.
Strum it as well as.
So just kind of a cheap G.
Sure. Yeah. It's a lazy G and a lazy F. This is my Hendrix F chord.
Okay. So it's almost F major 7, but you're leaving that middle.
Exactly. My favorite probably way to play an F.
Yeah, finger pick. That sounds really sweet too.
Yeah, and this is be a great strumming tune as well. Lazy G.
Yeah, so just hitting the bass note, yeah. And then the F.
That's sort of F. So here's I like to wrap the thumb.
Oh, to get that bass note up there.
Sure, and I love the bass note on the C as well. Then that G, give it more bottom. Then we kind of go back to the top. Go back to the beginning, or you were kind of going up the neck, and I like that.
Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, so whether you're a fingerstyle or a strummer or a mix of both, it sounds really pretty either way.
Then you did like an A minor with some sort of flourish. I was digging that. Couldn't really do it.
Well, I was trying to pick up the intensity.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
Hearing your interpretation and what you've done with this, I'm thinking, for episode 11B, where I picked up the intensity, or maybe I picked up the intensity too early, based on what I'm thinking what the theme of the song was. So again, I encourage you to go back and watch episode 11, A, B, and C, and you can see how this might evolve. So I really appreciate this. This is really nice.
Thanks.
So the bridge was just an A and a B.
Yeah. So imagine an E major, okay? It rings. You have these. So move this up the neck, F sharp, A, and I'm just letting these high strings ring, and just So all we were doing is going from, boy. Imagine that open E, but you're
Yeah,
up here on the A, letting the high strings,
just doing a bar chord, right?
and you can individually, or just strum all.
Just think Kerry Livgren meets Tommy Shaw,
There we go.
and you've got this tune.
I was thinking "Dust in the Wind," you know, at some point right there. You know, that's a lot of different influences in
Yeah,
the
and
tune,
then
yeah.
and then you come back here and do that again, and then just finally just kind of finish it back
Like an
that-
outro of
that,
sorts.
That original A.
Let's see what it sounds like picking.
Yeah, so it ends on that, and then what happens if you see episode 11B? There's a slight pause, and then part B, the next movement, if you will, it's going to start down here. So it might lend itself for finger picking. I'm not a that's where I can pick up the intensity. So look at this, and then look back at episode 11B if you want to see where this song could go next as we pick up the intensity. And please submit it back to us. We're at livingroomguitarist@gmail.com. All right, livingroomguitarist@gmail.com. Please film yourself. And again, if you're not comfortable, if you saw a few episodes ago, that guy Matt, he wasn't comfortable showing his face and have his voice on. So if you're not comfortable with that, and being in the public domain, film yourself just from here down. We just need to see your guitar and what you're playing. If this sparks your imagination, you have creative ideas as you're noodling around the fretboard learning this, or please feel free to submit your own stuff, your original ideas, little song bits and pieces, the skeletal works of something, and you want to share it with fellow living roomers to get some collaboration from non-judgmental musical buddies, please do so. We'll see you next time on The Living Room Guitarist as John plays this out.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, yes.